Hey Jim, so you wanted me to do an audit on your website. This is his website. I'll do a CRO and a bunch of other audits for you, but first things first, you do have a sticky header, but you don't have a call to action up here. For me, that's terrible. I would never want to do that. Um, if I look at your page source, it is built in WordPress. This is a awful waste of space. Awful waste of space. I would want to honestly, I'd throw this site out and I'd redo it. And I know it's a web design company, but I would throw it out and I'd redo it because it's just a waste of space. This is awful design, awful. And I'm not going to be nice about some things, especially when I'm looking at it. But I mean, overall, just the design alone, maybe the content you're good on, but I would want to lay this site out totally different. Like your research, I love that. I love the reviews. You got a lot of really good things going on. It's just kind of thrown on the page and not organized. You do have your reviews down here, which I like. You got your embed, you got your headers in here, you got your images, you got a lot of stuff that I love the content, but I think, man, if you just laid this out a lot differently, it would do so much for your conversion rate and it would do so much for your image. First impressions are a lot. And if I was looking at your site right here, I honestly would walk the other way because it just does not look, well thought out. It just doesn't. And I hate to say it, that way, but I never put my pricing on my packages per se. You don't have to do it up there. There's so many different things you can put your prices. You don't have to put your prices. I mean, this is debatable. If we look at your content of your actual other pages, same thing, waste of space. You got your header up here, right? But your main header is probably, SEO Melbourne, and you just have SEO, right? And that's your header. But what is this? I mean, is this an H1 too? That's an H4. So you have your headers even put out wrong. You should always have your H1 and everything else falls underneath of it. All right. So that's that part, and we'll go through the rest. And I got your rankings and everything else, but there's a lot you could do just with a site. Now, as far as your audit on the site, you have 557 issues, 13 are errors. You need to get those fixed immediately. You have, some broken links and just broken images, empty alt text, empty meta description, duplicate meta. I mean, just a lot of basic SEO on top of it. And this is about a 47-page report. I'm going to send that over to you as well, Gemma. So we'll get that to you. As far as backlinks, you have none. So you need to get your backlinks going. Now, if I pull over your local Falcon report on your local Falcon report, yes, I know this part's in the water, so it doesn't matter. And I will run another report. But overall, the only place you're even ranking is out in the damn water. So you're ranking right here along the edge, but even there, unless I'm right slap dab on top of you, you're not in the top 3. You're number 1 when I'm on top of you. So let's go ahead. We're going to run a new scan, but we're going to pull this from out of the water. All right, let's run this scan. And we'll wait on it. And see what happens. Okay. And go from there. Just see what happens. Okay. So just waiting on it, waiting on it. And go from there. We'll wait, see what happens. Continue scan and see what happens. Maybe it gets resolved and go from there. Wait for these results. And any of you guys actually watching this, if you ever want me to do an audit for you, just tell me, hey, I want you to audit for me. And guess what happened? I will do an audit for you. No questions asked whatsoever. I personally love doing freaking audits. So just waiting on this scan to get done with. And what do you know, Gemma? You're literally only ranking for anything right here on top of your business. Everywhere else, you're not ranking. So definitely need to get that fixed. Definitely need to get you ranking. Definitely need, that to be taken care of. So we need to get the site fixed. That's going to be number one. After we get the site fixed, the structure fixed, and everything else, then we would take care of the rankings. Then we'd add in location pages, advanced schema. There's just so much we could do with you. Just the basics alone. I mean, if we ran the schema markup tool, I mean, some of this is pointless to even check. First thing you need to do is get a new website layout. Like I told you, we do those for $350. Contents, $50 per 500 words if we were to build the content. But the problem with you isn't even really, I don't think, the content per se. It's more the layout. So your schema is very basic schema. It's very basic. And I've shown many a times what, quote unquote, if you will, advanced schema looks like. And I'll show it to y'all again. And we'll go here and do a new test. This is an old client of mine. Unless they've taken off the schema, which I don't see why anybody in their right mind would take off the schema that I do, because it is the shit. It is awesome. I'll put it that way. I mean, really, I don't even have to look at your GMB, Gemma, because you got to get so many basics taken care of. This is advanced schema. That's just your basic image. This is your local business. When we produce this, it's about 60 pages worth of schema. So that's just your local business. Then your creative work schema. Then on top of creative work, we got your person schema, right? Then on top of that, we got your local business webpage schema. So we max it out. So if y'all guys have any questions regarding schema, or if you need any help regarding SEO or anything, just let me know. I'd gladly help you.